Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you all for joining me. I'm Teresa Chandler. I'm the Community Outreach Strategist for the Cook County Assessor's Office. The Cook County Assessor is Fritz Kagi. I am so delighted that you all are here with me this afternoon and spending your lunchtime with me. Now, this is not a one-man show. I have someone that's in the chat and they'll be answering all your questions. So if you have any questions during my presentation, please drop them in the chat. There's someone in their chat that's going to be answering all your questions, okay? So, you ready? Get your lunch, get your sparkling water because that's what I drink, and let's get started. The agenda. I'm going to talk about the responsibility of the Cook County Assessor's Office, which is the assessor's Fritz Kagi, our property tax exemption overview, applying for your homeowner's exemption, applying for your certificate of errors, how to contact our office, and if you have any questions, as I stated. I want one other thing too, share this presentation and start dropping your questions there. We have someone in the background that's going to be answering all your questions, okay? Now, what is the responsibilities of the Cook County Assessor's Office? We set fair and accurate values for over 1.9 million parcels throughout Cook County. Now, these properties are not determined on an individual basis, but rather on a mass appraisal system. We follow a triennial cycle. This year, 2022, we are reassessing the northern suburbs, okay? And next year in 2023, we will be reassessing the south and the western suburbs. I happen to live in the city of Chicago, and so the city of Chicago will be reassessed in 2024. So as you can see here in this diagram in 2023, if these are one of your townships, you will be reassessed next year, okay? Now, the responsibilities of the assessor's office is, as I stated, we administer tax savings exemptions that may contribute to lowering your property tax bills. Those tax rates, those levies, they're not set by our office. They're set by municipalities and your local taxing bodies. The property tax savings exemption, we offer 8 of them. 8. Yeah, that's a lot. I know, right? So yeah, and I'm going to explain them to you. The first one is the homeowner's exemption. Now, you may say, and I want to say one thing too before I get started on these exemptions. All exemptions are found on your second installment bill. All exemptions are on your second installment bill in the lower left-hand corner where it says tax calculator, okay? Now, the homeowner exemption, this exemption automatically renewed. It automatically renews each year. So once you qualify, you don't have to qualify you don't have to apply, okay? That first time, that's it, all right? Now, what are the eligibilities? The eligibility is that you must either own or have a lease or contract that makes you responsible for the real estate taxes. And you must have lived in your house as of January the 1st of 2021. Now, if you had a new home built, this exemption in 2021, of course, this exemption can be prorated, all right? So you definitely need to apply if you had a new home built in 2021. And I forgot to mention that you can apply for all of these exemptions online in the comfort of your own home, by your cell phone, your iPad. You know, we made it so easy for you to apply for these exemptions. You know, at one time, people would just run downtown to our downtown office and apply. Everything is online. It's at your fingertips, okay? We want you to apply. Now, the senior exemption. The senior exemption, it automatically renewed. Once you apply, like the homeowner's exemption, you don't need to apply again, all right? So let me just give you the eligibility for the senior exemption. The eligibility for the senior exemption is that you must have been born in 1956 or prior. And of course, either own the property or have a lease or contract that makes you responsible for the real estate taxes. This must be your primary residence. your primary residence in 2021. Now, I know there are seniors and homeowners that have other homes out there, but you can only receive exemptions on the house that you live in. You cannot receive exemptions on the primary residence and another house in another state or even in Cook County. It's illegal. Okay. I just have to throw that in, of course. Now, the senior freeze exemption. The senior freeze exemption, if you qualify for the senior exemption, you must have been 65, born in 1956 or prior. There's also one other qualification, which is income. This exemption automatically renewed this year only due to the COVID-19 pandemic. All right. So, what are the eligibilities? Again, similarly to the senior exemption, you must have been born in 1956 or prior. Now, but you must have a gross income, a total gross income of $65,000 or less in 2020. All right. And of course, this must be your primary residence. Now, we automatically renew this exemption this year, as I stated, because of COVID. But next year, you definitely, in late February or early March, you're going to have to reapply for your senior freeze exemption. Okay. Now, there's another great exemption, which is called the Persons with Disability exemption. And this exemption automatically renewed this year due to COVID. You have to apply every year for this exemption. Okay. Now, the Persons with Disability exemption, what is the eligibility? Well, you must have become disabled during the 2021 tax year, and you must have proof that you've become disabled. It's not up to our office to determine if you're disabled. It's up to your physician, or if you receive Social Security disability. You must be liable for the property taxes, and this must be your principal place of residence. Okay? These are some great exemptions. Take advantage if you qualify, all right? There's another one with veterans. Are there any veterans out there? It is? Oh, great. I want to commend you and I want to thank you for serving our country. This exemption, veteran with disability exemption, is phenomenal, just like our other exemptions, of course. This is for veterans who had a service-connected disability. This year, we auto-renewed this exemption, okay, due to the COVID-19. And let me just give you the qualifications and eligibility. So, did you serve in the United States Armed Forces or in active duty? Do you have a service-connected disability from the United States Department of Veterans Affairs? Is it your primary place of residence? So, if so, you may qualify for a veteran with disability exemption. Okay. So let me just say one thing too. You can have the homeowner's exemption. You can have the senior exemption. You can have the senior freeze exemption. And you can have a persons with disability exemption. Okay. So you can have 4 of them and that you qualify for. Our office is here to help you. If you think that you qualify, apply and apply online for your exemptions. All right. We want you to apply. Find out if your friends and your neighbors, we're here to help and we want you to help others. Find out if your family members have all of their exemption that they're qualified for. Okay. Call them up. Share this presentation. As I stated, we're here to help. Now, the returning veterans exemption, this exemption must be filed annually. All right. This exemption did not automatically renew because you must have been returning from active duty in the armed conflict. All right. Armed conflict or active war. And you must be an Illinois resident who have served in the United States Armed Forces or Illinois National Guards or the United States Reserve. Okay. So you must apply for this annually every year. And sometimes we receive emails from veterans and says, well, I'm out of the country. I can't apply right now. Can I apply when I return? Sure, you can. If you've missed some exemptions, we're going to talk about that in the upcoming slides on how to apply for your missing exemptions. Okay. Now, the long-time homeowners exemption. As I said, I am the community outreach strategist for Cook County Assessor's Office. And the question I get all the time is that, why haven't I received a long-time homeowner's exemption? I've been living in my house and they give me all these qualifications. And so let me just give them to you. The qualifications for the long-time homeowner's exemption is number one, have you lived in your house over 10 years? And most people say, yeah, that's me, right? That would be me too. And is your household income, gross income, that's everyone in the home, is it less than $100,000? Well, and I wouldn't tell them to raise their hand or anything. I'll just say, just wink at me a little bit. And so most people will do that. But the third requirement is that your equalized assessed value must have gone up, set by a state legislator. And we have no control over that. I couldn't tell you right here, but if you drop your question to see if you qualified in the chat, we can tell you if you can or not. If we can't tell you right now, we can take your PIN number down and your phone number or your email, and we can tell you at that time. But in fact, only 2% actually qualify. And that's about, say, 12,000 properties throughout Cook County have actually qualified. And what we did was we mailed those applications out to individuals that we that was deemed qualified. No, we don't need to know your income, but we can tell by your equalized assessed value, had it gone up at that period of time where you meet our qualifications. So those applications went out. Now, do you still think that you qualify for this exemption, this long-time homeowners exemption? Some people say, yeah, I know I qualify. Well, if you do, you know what? Drop us an email on our website and let us know, and we'll check it out for you. How about that? Because as I said, we're here to help you. We want to help you, and we want to ease those concerns that you have. The home improvement exemption, you don't have to apply for this. The home improvement exemption is when, say, you have that dormer that you put upstairs in your home for those pretty shoes that you have. Because, you know, women, we love shoes. We love boots. And men love like man caves. They can watch the games, football games and things like that. So when you add those square footages to your home and they pull the permit, that's how we know if you qualify. That permit signifies to us that you have made improvements to your home. So this is an exemption that you do not have to apply for. We receive that information about your permit. And of course, I know that many of you pull permit when you do additions to your home, okay? And of course, it must be a residential home if you want to qualify for that home improvement exemption. Now, applying for exemptions, you can apply online. We've made it so simple to apply for exemptions online. As I stated, everything is at your fingertips. You can sit on your train or on the bus. I have to take the train, so I will probably be applying online if I've missed my exemptions. But all of this is online. Our office, we've become so tech savvy, it's unreal. So as I stated, applications are going to open in the spring for the upcoming year, and we don't want you to miss out. Now, applying for the exemption is just one form. And let's just say you've missed a year or last year or 2 years or probably in 18, you can still apply with this one application online. And all you have to do is fill out the application and upload your identification and your proof that you've lived there, and you can apply for your exemptions online, okay? Now, as I said, that one form does it all. It simplifies everything. Now, exemptions deductions always appear on your second installment property tax bill. Always. If you actually qualifies for these exemptions, look in your lower left-hand corner, okay? Your lower left-hand corner where it says property tax calculator, there should be a dollar amount there. If you qualify for the senior exemption, there should be a dollar amount there. Or the senior freeze exemption. And any of the exemptions that you qualify for, it will be in the lower left-hand corner of the tax calculator. Second installment, we get a lot of questions about, I don't have my exemption. Well, what bill are you looking at? not the blue bill, are you? Please, it's on your second installment. And I always say that the blue bill is for the winter time and the yellow bill is for the summertime. So it's that summer bill that you receive. Exemptions are there, okay? Now, I talked about applying for missing exemptions. We can go all the way back to 2018, 19, 20, and provide you with a adjusted 2021 property tax bill if you miss your exemptions. So if you fail to apply for your certificate of your homeowner's exemption, your senior exemption, your senior freeze exemption, this is the application right here. One form does it all, as they say. So apply for your exemption on our website and upload your ID and all of your documentation so that you can receive your money, okay, for your missing exemption. Now, once you have applied with our office, the processing time, once you applied online and you receive something that says completed, once you receive us in the subject line that it has been completed, it takes about 6 to 8 weeks once you've applied, and then about 4 to, I'm going to say, 6 weeks from the treasurer's office to receive the refund. So our office don't send you the refund money. The Cook County Treasurer's Office, they actually process those checks for you. Each check for each year is individually sent out. So once we've completed our work, we pass it on to the Cook County Treasurer's Office. Voila, that check is in the mail. How about that? It's just that simple. As I say it, we are here to help you apply for those exemptions. So, say you have a couple of questions that we have not answered here today, you can call us at the number that's on the screen right now. So take a picture of that, okay? Connect with us on social media. Make an appointment for an in-person assistance at one of our offices, our downtown office, our Markham office, and our Skokie office. And I did get a little word that our Bridgeview office may be opening soon. I don't have the correct date exactly, and I don't want to give you misinformed information, but Bridgeview is going to be opening back soon. And sign up to receive our emails and our updates from our office. We come out all the time. Like tonight, let's say about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I'm going to be out. I'm going to be working. I'm going to be doing some one-on-one conversations with individuals about their property taxes, about their exemptions. If you're an organization and you want us to come out, send us an email. Let us know how we can help your organization and your community. As I stated, we're here to help you. I travel in our team. Like I said, I'm not a one-man team, of course, but we travel across Cook County and we set up. We're in different offices helping individual taxpayers. We want to help you. We want to make sure that you receive all of the exemptions that you are entitled to. Now, we don't want you applying for any exemptions that you're not entitled to. And if there's exemptions on your properties that you're not entitled to, please file an exemption waiver. There is an exemption waiver on our website that you can remove that exemption off your property. I'm so happy to be here with you. I know it's your lunchtime. Thank you for attending our workshop. I see my coworker. He's been answering all the questions. His name is Hector Dominguez. My facilitator is one of my directors. She's the one that's controlling this PowerPoint presentation, Jenny Sanchez. And I want to thank you guys for allowing me to spend your lunchtime with you. I love it. So one of the questions, Anne says, can we apply for more than one appeal certificate of error? So that's two questions. Appeal is, when you want to talk about appeal, that's appealing your assessment. So if you want to appeal your assessment, it has to be if something was wrong, your square footage or something like that was wrong, you can apply for a certificate of error for that. Yes, you can appeal your property taxes, but you can only appeal during the time frame that your township is open. So can you go back for certificate of error for a couple of years? Yes, but it must be a factual error. That's the only way you can file certificate of error. Okay. So say a factual error would be we have your house as 4,000 square feet. And in fact, your house is only 2,800 square feet. That's a factual error. Yes, you can. So Betty asks, does a person need to be 65 on 12/31 in order to apply for the senior exemption? Or what is the criteria? So the criteria to be a senior to meet the eligibility for senior exemption is that, Miss Betty, that you must have been born in 1956 or prior to receive the exemption. 56 is the key, all right? 1956 for this year in order to be deemed a senior exemption on this second installment property tax bill. Okay? And that was a great question because there's a lot of seniors that say, I'm 65 right now. Well, they just made 65 this year in 2022, but you must have been born in 1956 or prior. So that's really the key. And so Marcella say, I would like to confirm if I'm eligible. Eligible for the homeowners, eligible for the senior. Which exemption would you like to be confirmed if you're eligible for? Can you tell me? If it's the senior born 1956 or prior, if you want to find out if you're eligible for the homeowners exemption, then you must have been in your house as of January the 1st, 2021, and responsible for those property tax payments. So Joyce Black says, I love that there is one form for all now. Yes. Oh, you know what, Joyce, that one form does it all. And I want to give kudos to another one of my directors. Her name is Angelina Romero. So she designed that form with the help of my other director, Scott. And so they came up with this, we need one form. And so it is very helpful. And I really thank you for noticing that because one form does it all. Okay. Marcella asks, actually, I applied for the homeowners exemption for prior years. I applied, but I'm not sure when I'm supposed to hear back. So, Marcella, when did you apply for the homeowners exemption? Did you apply online? That's what we need to know. And you apply for certificate of errors. So what we can do, if you like, email us and we can look it up for you, or we can get your phone number and I can call you myself. I'm working from home right now until tonight, of course. I will be working out on the southwest side. So yeah, so definitely we can look it up for you. So Carmen asks, is it too late to apply for my tax appeal? If also I'm needing to lower my taxes. So Carmen, what is your township? Carmen wants to apply for an appeal. Look at the very top of your tax bill, okay? And determine what is your township. Based on your township, someone has already put the link in there, and see if your township is open. So if your township is open, you can apply for your appeal online. And let me just say, you don't need an attorney to apply for your appeal online or anytime. You never need an attorney with our office. So please apply if you believe that you're overvalued. We encourage you to, okay? We have no secrets. Also, when you apply for your appeal, if you have missed our deadline, contact the Cook County Board of Review. That's your next step, okay? Now, Willow says, your household income changes from year to year, and the income goes over the limit. What is the value of the senior freeze? So if your income changes year to year, and that's why we only renewed the senior freeze this year. So therefore, your household income must be less than $65,000, okay? Gross income, that's everyone in the household. So if you're over, definitely you're not eligible. But if you're under, definitely apply. So you must apply for the senior freeze every year, and you'll be able to apply again in springtime. Sometimes say late February, early March, around that time. So, what proof of income is required? Well, when you first apply for the senior freeze, we go by your word, okay? But that may change. I don't know exactly. So you can just put down your income, your family income as right now if you qualify. But like I said, somehow that may change next year. I don't know. But your proof of income, look at your W-2 forms or look at your tax document and see what's your income if you don't have it in your head or anything like that. But you definitely need to have it. And let me just say one thing. When you apply for the senior freeze exemption, you could be audited. So I know you have to be truthful for sure. Definitely tell the truth because you don't want to be one of those persons that is audited for the senior freeze exemption. Okay. Now, Apostle says, so I bought my home in October of 2021 and I did repairs in 2022. Am I also eligible for the homeowner's exemption repair? So he's talking about the home improvement exemption. Remember, you don't have to apply for the home improvement exemption. When that person pulls that permit, we have that information. So you don't have to apply. We know what's being performed on your home when you've done it correctly. So you definitely don't have to apply for the home improvement exemption. All right, the next question is, I applied for the past 3 years, 2018 through 20, of the homeowner's exemption on 2022, but only received the recent year tax refund of 2020 on August, and did hear back for the other 2 refunds. So I say to you, send us an email, and you can send, we'll send, I was going to say you can send me one personally, but I don't want to put it out here on my personal email, but drop us an email. Someone can put the link in the chat, one of my coworkers, drop us an email and we can check it out for you right away. Okay. Normally I give my cell phone number to my work out, but you know what? Since we are on live, and I want everyone to have it because, I can't always answer it, but we can help you and we will. So please drop that question in the chat and we'll be able to help you. And can I use the same form application for overvaluation and second appeal is partial vacancy, improved land construction? I was billed full occupancy, or should I file 2 separate applications? So you're going to fill the same application. If you're going to do an appeal, there's different sections on the appeal application. It says overvaluation, lack of uniformity, field check. You can fill it out on that one page, and that's what it's for. But please make sure you put all of your documentation with your appeals. They have section when you file an appeal online, they have a section that you can put all of your documentations, even pictures, and make sure you apply within that 30-day window. Now, once you start your applications for an appeal, you can go make you some coffee, sit back, chill for a few minutes. But once you've submitted, that's it. So please apply online. Make sure you apply within that 30-day window. We give you 30 days, and it's online, and it's free. Okay. Now, Joyce Black says, I appreciate that you guys do this for taxpayers. Thank you so much. Thank you. We really appreciate you attending. We love to see your responses, and we're here to help you. Please. All of this is free. It's on our website. Everything is transparent. I don't know if you guys had visited our website recently, but you can just put your PIN number in and you can find everything about your property, even your prior history of your exemptions. You can find your prior history of your appeals. Even if you live in a condominium, residential home, like myself, I live on the south side, you can find out almost everything, how the valuation is conducted, things of that nature. If you live in a different township, you can find your township assessor's name. Look at our website. Take your time, drink your sparkling water, and just take a look. Are there any more questions? No? All right. Well, I want to thank you for joining us. I want to thank my team for helping, because I couldn't have done all of this by myself, of course. And I want to thank, most of all, I want to thank you. And I want you to share this presentation. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you again. Happy holidays and be safe.